Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Indiana Overtime. I'm Alex McCarthy and I'm flying solo tonight from Assembly Hall. John is home for Thanksgiving festivities and vacation and things like that. So I'm here hanging out after IU's 85-72 victory over Lamar, which was not too impressive. You could kind of tell there was a little bit of a lag in energy, in the building, on the court, from from Thursday's big win over SMU. And even Rob Johnson was saying after the game, and some of the guys were saying after the game that there was just a little bit of a lack of intensity, a little bit of a lack of maybe just energy out there on the court tonight, and it showed that IU was kind of at times was especially on defense was just not 100% into it maybe, and just not very effective at times. Lamar was able to keep it close for most of the game. I mean, they cut it to a 7-point game with less than 4 minutes left in the game, and a little bit of a scare there, obviously, but IU was able to hang on, and James Blackman again led IU in scoring with 21 points, again doing a lot of damage from the outside. 5 of his 6 made field goals were three-pointers, and yeah, that's kind of what we knew we were going to expect from this team, and what we've come to expect so far through the first 4 games. Or I guess through the first 6 if you want to include the exhibitions. But yeah, Indiana stays undefeated here over some competition that and maybe SMU isn't quite as good as maybe people thought they were. Hunter Perea has been struggling the last couple of games, trying to compete inside. He had no rebounds against SMU on Thursday, and tonight he had 4 and didn't have a defensive rebound until the last few minutes of the game. So that's a little bit of a concern maybe for IU. Is just the kind of lack of rebound and production that you're getting from Hunter Perea. But they did get Emmett Holt for the first time in his career. He played a little bit tonight. He only played 4 minutes, but during those 4 minutes, I guess he played 5 officially. But during those 5 minutes, I thought he played pretty well. Especially, I mean, he came in, and as soon as he came in, there was no kind of trepidation or hesitation at all. He went right at the rim. I think it was his first possession. He got an offensive board and put it straight back up and missed everything. It missed the rim by quite a bit, it looked like, but still, he's probably amped up a little bit. But he looked pretty solid after that missed shot. I mean, he got a steal, took it the other way, scored. Looked pretty capable, looked pretty comfortable, and I think that, and Crean was saying after the game that they need him to be a little bit of a major contributor. Obviously, he's one of the larger guys they have. At 6'7", 6'8", he's got a wingspan, and just he's going to kind of have to fill the role that Devin Davis was going to fill before the season, which is kind of a little bit of an undersized guy who you want to be able to trust to play the post, especially defensively. So I expect Holt to kind of be eased into it a little bit, against tonight against Lamar, then Eastern Washington and things like that. But I expect, by the end of the season, if he keeps playing like he did in the very limited time tonight, I expect him to be out there quite a bit and to be kind of a large part of what IU's going to be doing in the front court. But Indiana was able to win the rebounding battle tonight, 38-29. Again, single-digit turnovers for IU, which is back-to-back games, and if that can become a regular thing, 7 turnovers against SMU the other night, 9 tonight, only 2 in the second half, I think. And if that can become a regular thing, that's going to be just enormous for IU in terms of moving forward from the flaws of last year, where they just could never shake the turnover problems and things like that. So plenty to be optimistic about for IU, and plenty to kind of hope for more from IU early on. And that's just going to, it's the fourth game of the year, young team. They just now are kind of getting to full strength. Obviously, Devin Davis isn't able to play, but Devin Davis was here tonight. Tom Crean knew earlier in the day that Davis was going to be able to, was kind of up for coming down and seeing the game. He didn't tell any of the players, and so it was a surprise when he walked into the locker room before the game, which is kind of cool, and the team was really excited to see him. That was clear during warm-ups. They were all smiling, hanging out with him. Yogi Ferrell said he just had his arm around him as much as he could tonight, just saying hi and whatnot. So it was kind of cool to see him. Well, it was very cool to see him back here on the court. Obviously not dressed or an option at all for anything on the court, but good that he's healthy enough and comfortable enough to come back and see his teammates play. I also wanted to touch on real quickly here at the end to kind of have a little bit of a dual overtime here. Indiana today at Ohio State gave the number 6 team in the country quite a scare. Ohio State ended up pulling away and winning 42-27, but Indiana led in the third quarter after a 90-yard Tevin Coleman touchdown run. Coleman, obviously, kind of the story of the year for IU, but also the story of the day. He runs for 228 in Columbus and surpasses Ron Dunbar's record for rushing yards this season. Coleman's at 1906 heading into the last game against Purdue, and really, I mean, the way he's been averaging, 170, 180 yards per game most of the year, and you have to assume that if he runs for 228 against Ohio State on the road, he'll probably be able to rush for 94 yards against Purdue at home. So, and get to that 2,000-yard plateau. Kind of a promising performance from IU in Columbus. Xander Diamont looked better. The defense looked better. Antonio Allen had 2 picks, and then Zach Shaw had a fumble recovery, and they looked like everything was kind of clicking on all cylinders for most of the game, and then obviously Ohio State was kind of able to pull away at the end there. But a big blow to Ohio State's playoff chances. I mean, they needed to win by 30, 40, whatever, something like that, and didn't, and really didn't look very good against IU. J.T. Barrett kind of showed his mortality through those couple picks and things like that, and looked a little bit off. So, kind of a promising way for IU to go into its last game. Obviously, no bowl possibility, but IU fans and the team will be probably more confident heading into bucket week here. But that's all I got for now. We're going to be back here Monday night. IU takes on Eastern Washington at 7:30. We'll have full coverage of that and everything you need through Thanksgiving. So thanks for joining us again. IU 85, Lamar 72. I'm Alex McCarthy saying have a good night and good rest of your weekend.